So since I upload all of my live streams onto YouTube, I've kind of tried to move away from doing mashups for my intro music. I've been using video game musics and trying to test what artists I listen to that won't copyright claim me. It doesn't really matter because I can clear them up really easily, but I just figured it'd be easier, but I miss doing mashups, so I think I'm just going to keep doing mashups again. Hi everybody, welcome back to another Captain Mac live stream. It's Monday. Yesterday was Sunday. I watched a lot of Better Call Saul yesterday. I cleaned my home. I snuggled with my cat. It was great. Hello, Microwave. Hello, Scorpion. Scorpion in school right now like an absolute gamer. How are you guys today? Let me regale you with the tales of my struggles to get my goddamn Magic the Gathering cards. So I ordered them. They were supposed to arrive on the 23rd, which was the day that the newest set released, right? And I was really excited about that. I was like, I find it really hard to believe that the seller is going to get them to me on release day, because why would they have the cards the day that they release? Or why would they have them available to send to me before the day of the release? But sure enough, they got shipped a couple days before the actual set release. So I was like, okay, so I'm actually going to get my cards on the day that the new set releases. And I was very excited about that. I was really looking forward to it because the new set, it's really nice. I don't want to talk too much about why I'm so excited about this set in particular until I actually open them, but I'm very excited to open the new set, right? And so I'd never liked learning math, Scorpion. The only math I was good at was shapes math, like geometry and trigonometry. So, you know, I was really excited to see that it had shipped, you know, on time, because that meant, oh, hey, I will get these cards in time for the release, which doesn't really matter. You know, I'm not a Magic the Gathering live streamer, so I was just kind of, it was just because I'm impatient and I wanted them. But sure enough, nothing works out the way poor Mackie likes, because, of course, UPS would figure out a way to make it not work. They did not arrive on the 23rd, but they did say they were going to arrive on the 23rd throughout the entirety of the 23rd. Like, I kept checking the tracking number, and it kept saying it was due to arrive by 9 p.m., despite the fact that the entire time, you can see the tracking history of where it's been and where it's going, right? Despite the fact that the tracking history only showed that it had left Utah like the day before. Other than that, there was no additional tracking history. Like, there was no indication that it had even entered my state. It wasn't out for delivery. It was still in transit, but they were still saying, yeah, it's going to arrive on the 23rd. It didn't. And so the 23rd rolls around and it finally updates to say that it's going to be on the 24th. It was my mistake for making plans. That was my biggest mistake. I should have never made plans. So it finally updated that it was going to be there on the 24th, not the 23rd. On the 24th, it updated to say that, right? So throughout the entirety of the 24th, again, nothing changes. It's still just in transit. It's still last known location in fucking Utah. The entire day goes by and it doesn't show up. So yesterday is the 25th. At this point, it has stopped showing an estimated date of arrival. It just doesn't show an estimated date. All it says is that it's on the way. It doesn't say when. It doesn't say where it's at. It just says it's on the way. And finally, around 10 a.m., it finally shows that it arrived in my town, and that it says like it's in transit. It's still not out for delivery, but it's in transit. So I'm like, okay, it's in my town at 10 a.m. Surely it wouldn't take them more than a few hours to get it to my home in my town. But sure enough, it never fucking showed up. And finally, this morning, 3 days after it's supposed to arrive, it updates to say that today is in fact the estimated date of arrival. And that it's supposed to be by like 6 o'clock. So, in other words, I didn't get a chance to stream the new Magic the Gathering set, and I'm slightly upset about that. But life goes on. I can't open the new cards tomorrow because I record the live stream with Mike on Tuesdays. So it looks like it's going to be Wednesday at the earliest, which is unfortunate, but Life goes on. I just wish UPS was, straight with me, They told me what the fuck was going on instead of this hokey pokey game we were playing where I had no idea where the hell it was going to be if ever it was planning to show up. I still don't know if it'll show up, I have my doubts. I don't trust this mail service any longer. They have failed me too much. But who knows? Luna is chirping at birds in the window. How is everybody today? There's one mail service that always comes at the crack of dawn, and oftentimes I change shops just because I don't want to use that company. I'm like, I ordered it from eBay, and I do not order from eBay very often because, eBay is rife with scams. But generally, my eBay orders have been fine. I feel like if there's an option to like leave a note for like eBay sellers that are like, oh, do this with my order. Oh, don't do this with my order. One of my new things, if I ever order from eBay again, is just going to have to be, don't use USPS. I do not trust USPS. They do not deliver on time, and they are not very good at communicating what the fuck is going on. So, anyway, I'm just kind of drawing a character who has suspiciously similar hair to my own. I haven't drawn in a couple of days. I'm still trying to figure out bodies. Bodies do be kind of complex though, and I'm really not any good at drawing them, but I'm better than I was, so I gotta give myself credit where credit is due, you feel? And yeah, that's, anyway, how are you guys doing? I just wanted to, give the full tale of my stress over this. Not even really stress, just frustration, just ultimately, like, major frustration over the fact that I just couldn't get like a straight answer about what the fuck was going on with my stupid order. Like it's a pre-order set for it's a booster box for a brand new Magic the Gathering set, right? Like it's an expensive box of shit. So if they lost my stuff, I gotta know as soon as possible so I can try to figure out like something new. You know what I'm saying? Like it really just would have been nice to know what was going on at all. Maybe I haven't found the right approach bodies yet. I don't know. I feel like I'm doing okay on like bodily proportions. I just can't get poses to look natural. Definitely like the torso itself is confusing for me. Like I always try to draw the torso like straight, And I got to remember that like, shoulders and hips that can come in at weird angles and all this other shit. So I've been trying to draw more poses where like the character is not, standing just straight up. I'm trying to draw them using their bodies a little more naturally. Again, I don't know what I'm drawing here. That's not a bad looking pose to be honest, but I'm not going to finish that drawing because I don't know what to do with it. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I ate pizza like a couple hours ago and it's still coming up as burps, and as y'all know, my body's not great at digesting things, so. Draw them really simplified. I like to draw frames really simplified. I don't know. Hi, Luna. You done chirping at the birds? My cat is so cute, guys. Where are you going, little lungus? She's just looking at me with her big green eyes. Let me draw Luna real quick. Luna's easy to draw. Give her a nice round face. Little nose with a mustache. You gotta give her big ol' eyes, even though obviously in real life her eyes are not like that, but she always seems to have gigantic eyes, so, draw her gigantic eyes, give her some ears, and give her some little random tufts up here, and then they stick out in incrementally larger and then smaller sizes. Boom. Luna. She's so goofy looking. I love that cat. She's so special. Anyway, I don't really know what to draw, as per usual. Whenever I have an idea for something I want to draw, it turns out so much better than when I don't. But at the same time, I have to like just draw something so I can practice, because if I waited until ideas came to me, I would inevitably just stop drawing because ideas don't come to me that frequently. So I was kind of there's an artist on Instagram that I really, really like. I've been following her for a couple years. I know I sent you some of her art at some point in Microwave. She's called Milko, Milkoe on Instagram. She draws just like the cutest shit. Like, I don't know how she like she manages to draw these characters and they look so fucking cute. So I was trying to, oh, I'm sorry, I gotta mute my desktop audio so you guys don't have to hear it doing that. I've just been trying to like figure out how she draws such cute girls. So I've just been like replicating her art. And it's like, I've been drawing eyes, trying to figure out how to draw eyes. And I've been drawing eyes kind of like Berserk style, very, I guess, properly eye shaped. Like this is basically what Guts' eyes look like. But then like you look at cuter drawings and they're just so fucking round. And I'm having trouble getting eyes to look normal. Or look at all not fucking weird like this, you know? Big pupils seem to help with making it look cute too. Just draw what you find difficult. But I can't do that on live stream because then I'll look bad. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a style yet, obviously. Everything ends up looking different and is clearly extremely derivative because I'm just copying what I like to see. But I know two things. I like cute shit and manly men. So drawing cute girls and Frankie basically is all I'm aspiring to do. I love me some Frankie, you feel me? I'm getting pretty good at drawing Frankie's jawline. Because I swear, like, I do draw more than just Frankie, but he is most of what I end up drawing. He's really easy because his nose is super simple, super fucking blocky, so I don't have to try to draw a proper nose. And then you just give him a big smile and it immediately looks like Frankie. And his eyes are extraordinarily round, so boom. Like, there's Frankie. And I really, really like drawing his hair because it's very cool. So Frankie is my muse. Without him, I probably wouldn't draw at all. I mean, obviously, like, sticking to what you're comfortable with isn't the best way to improve. But I also really like drawing Frankie, so why deprive myself of that? God, he's handsome. Draw the entire One Piece cast? Let me think. Who would be really difficult to draw? Jinbei would be really difficult to draw. Jinbei. His name is also probably the hardest of all the characters, of all the One Piece, all the Straw Hat cast to say. Everybody else has very simplified names. Jinbei, however, there's a lot of discourse about how his name would be spelled in English. And a lot of people don't know him because he's only recently officially become a Straw Hat. I mean, it was known for a long time that he would become a Straw Hat, but he only recently, and by recently I mean within the last couple of years, officially became a Straw Hat. God, it's weird to think that Wano started 2 years ago. I still can't really wrap my head around that. But he's handsome. Let me draw some Jinbei. He has like his smile is a godsend. Like he has such a happy face. Make it a mission to draw every One Piece character? Oh, I don't know about that, Chief. I know I have to try new things. I'm just lazy. You feel me? All right. Frankie's got a real interesting design. Really, really complex for one of the Straw Hats. So, first of all, he's a big old boy. Frankie is a whale shark fish man. He's got a weird shape to his head because he's not human. So he's extraordinarily round. So that's what I'm doing right here. I'm drawing the roundness of his head. Oh my god, drawing every One Piece character. That would be, I don't know. That's a lot to ask. Oda adds a lot of characters. His beard is rounder than that. Okay, I want to figure out where his hairline is. He has an interesting hairline, so we got to kind of... From there, we can draw one of his ears. He has weird-shaped ears because he's a weird old fish man. Okay, then... Whoop. Whoop. His nose is a heckin' honker of a nose, let me tell you. Frankie's such a... Or not Frankie. I mean, definitely Frankie as well, but not what I'm talking about in this particular situation. Jinbei is such just a good old boy. He shows up whenever he's needed, and he always saves the day. And he's just a good old boy. I really should add a button to just do redos for me, but I realized I was going to redraw his nose, but I realized I can just move it up since my issue is that I did not draw it high enough up. But there, fixed. Anyway, Microwave, what have you been up to? How's your week been going? I bitched about my struggle with UPS enough. I want to hear from everybody else. I was having a really good week. Like, you know, I was really, and not to say that it ruined my week per se, but I was having a really good week, and I was really looking forward to, like, my magic cards showing up and just, like, capping it off, like, capping off a great week with a great thing. But, nope. United States Postal Service had to not do that. Oh my God, his mouth is a bit tough. You're on a vacation? That's awesome. What have you been playing now that you have your Switch and you can become a pro gamer? He's got these big old teeth jutting out this way. I love Jinbei's design because he can look so like hard and scary and manly in 1 second, and then he just has the nicest smile the next second. He's just a good old boy. I love One Piece, man. In case you guys weren't aware, I am a bit of a One Piece fan. Like, look how happy he looks. All right, his scar's a bit hard to draw, but I'll focus on his eyebrows for now. He's got some weird old eyebrows. He's got this big old fluffy top hat, not top hat, which then comes down into big old curls towards the bottom of his neck. Look how happy he looks. I wonder where he got that scar from. That's never been explored in the lore, so to speak. I don't know where Oda comes up with his character designs. Like, where did he even come up with a character like Jinbei? Who knows? Okay, that's a pretty good basis for Jinbei, to be honest. Like, considering I've never tried drawing him, and he's got like a weird shape in general. Pretty happy with that. I downloaded some Pokemon demos, and I think Pokemon is so cute, but I don't want to fight the cute creatures. Well, I mean, they only faint, you know? It's not like they're dying. That's the best rationalization I can come up with for it. They're not dying, so maybe it's not that bad. I don't know. For me, the fun of Pokemon is always in finding the new monsters. So, like, I hate replaying Pokemon games, but new Pokemon games are very exciting to me. That being said, I still haven't finished Sword and Shield. I was thinking about playing it again recently. I started to do like the Nuzlocke on stream, and that was fun for a bit, but now it's been so long since I did that like I would have to like restart it if I wanted to do it again. I kind of don't want to do that, so I might just play it off stream. But then like every game that I start most games that I start playing off stream, I don't end up finishing because I just don't play games that much outside of stream anymore. There's the odd exception here and there of like I played like 40 hours of Borderlands 3 completely off stream. But for the most part, if I try to play a game off stream, I don't get far before I drop it. Oops. Probably shouldn't have tried to do that all in one go because I really didn't like how that turned out, but there are some levels in Toad's Treasure Track where you have to be fast and not fall down. Oh man, I thought that game was a casual game. You're not supposed to have to try to do well. The hell, Nintendo. There's more Nintendo fucking up. Speaking of game companies fucking up though, so far Sony has not made a great showing of like what they're doing this generation. Like Microsoft keeps coming up with all these like incentives to like use Xboxes and Xbox software. And like Sony really hasn't shown much off since the PS5 came out. That's an easy way to kill your brand new console. Like, yes, it's sold. You know, they got their money back from developing the thing, but damn, dude, they gotta like put some games on that shit. Give people a reason to buy it. And they ain't be doing that. They ain't be doing that at all. And as a little Sony fanboy who's been using, who's pretty heavily followed Sony for the last few years, I want to see them, you know, actually do some cool shit. And they might just be banking on whenever Elden Ring drops from FromSoft, since, you know, a lot of FromSoft games are Sony exclusive at the very least. Maybe not PlayStation exclusive, but like if they come out on the PS4, they might not come out on the Xbox. So they might just be relying on shit like that. I know they did that with, and like Elden Ring is gonna be huge, whatever it is. So, you know, if they're banking on that, it'll definitely work for a bit, but not long. Before people start wanting more from them. They really aren't like. It's just this like shitty rat race of like, oh, the new console generation has started, so they each had to get their new console out. But neither console had jack shit on it when it came out. So what's even the point? Why have the new consoles if there's nothing on them? And I say that as one of the few people who actually managed to secure a PS5. Like, there's really no reason to own a PS5 right now. Like, I know people are upset that they don't. I know they want them. But there's no reason to actually own one right now. There's hardly anything for you to play on it. Like, you know, back in the day of those video games, it was a big deal for there to be a new console because it meant, like, you know, 16-bit could jump to 32-bit. Or you could double the processing power. But, like, that's not really a problem these days. Like, even if you double the processing power, like, the processing power we had on the PS4 was plenty to get some shit done. So, how do you sell a console today, then? Good games. So, if you launch a brand new console without good games, you know, the people who bought the PS5 bought it on good faith that it was Sony selling it. That's why I bought it. I knew there was no games on it when I bought it. I just bought it because it was Sony, and they did really good with exclusives over, you know, the last generation. But So far, they've showed jack shit for the damn thing. It could be the pandemic. I know the pandemic is a big part of why they're so hard to get right now. But like, you know, I don't know. Would it have been so bad? I guess so. I don't know. I like Microsoft is doing all this shit where they're like giving away free games. They're trying to appeal to the PC market a lot more. They're trying to make it so that like, you know, playing Xbox exclusives on Xbox exclusively is not the end all be all for their company anymore, which is a good move for them because they haven't done great in console wars over recent years. But then like, so Xbox has all these announcements for all this shit they're trying to do. And Sony hasn't responded with anything. Sony has nothing new to show of late. They're just kind of letting Xbox hog the limelight for a hot sec. And that's not a good move when you have a brand new console out. It's really not. I don't know. I'm not exactly a marketing expert, but that's my 2 cents on the matter. Look at that handsome fish man. Isn't he pretty? He actually looks really bad. I fucked up his hairline pretty bad. But that's fine. He's just got a nice smile. I like Jinbei. All right. So who else? You know what? I'll draw Brooke. He's a skeleton. I'm okay at drawing skeletons. He's got an afro. I have hair marginally similar to an afro. I can draw Brooke. Maybe I can draw Brooke somewhat uniquely, you know? Give him a little flavor other than just redrawing a screenshot like I basically just did. Let me get an image from the side of his face. Brooke is a funny skeleton. His teeth are so long. Like, you know, your average skeleton's got little chompers here and there. Not Brooke. Brooke's got like that boy's got some long fucking teeth. All right. So I want to give Brooke kind of a unique do. And I don't know what it's going to look like yet. I'll come up with it as I go. Because that's the only way I know how to draw, apparently. Pre-planning is for dorks. That's what I think. I do this circle too large. I need more space to work. All right, let's worry about his expression first. So we got to give him, like I said, long-ass face, to say the least. And he doesn't have ears because he's a skeleton. You should mount your GoPro behind your tablet so we know what the art sees. I don't think that would be great, and I'm not using a GoPro as a webcam anymore. Or if you just mean that I should have 2 cameras running, which I can't really do that. But good suggestion anyway. How are you, Sean? I'm drawing Skeleton Man from Big Titty Anime. I have a feeling you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, but so you can spare it for the second view. I can't do that actually because I can't plug 2 cameras in my current setup. So, fucking stupid idea. You should feel embarrassed with yourself. You fucking absolute moron. Oh, I hear them doing yard work right outside my window. That's quite loud. I don't think you guys are going to hear it, but... I thought you were going to say One Piece, but no afro. It's not done yet. I'm still in the middle of drawing it. Who said I'm not going to add an afro? He's literally still in production, and you're sitting there like, oh, it's not Brooke. He doesn't have an afro. Bro, he's got guidelines on his face. You think this is the finished drawing? What's up, Noah? How you doing? How much am I selling it for now that it's done? Half a potato chip. And that's a really good price. How do Brooke's eyes look? Flat across the bottom. Bro, why are skeletons kind of sexy? You ever think about that? Welcome back, Scorpion. What a time for you to return. All right, I want to do something unique with Brooke's hair, but I don't know what I want to do with it. Let's have his hair pulled back into like a top knot. God, this looks terrible. I am such a bad artist. I'm not an artist. They're always hard, that's why. What's hard? What's hard? Math? Since it's Brooke's hair, you gotta give him one hell of a top knot. It's not just gonna sit in place, you know. It's gonna go all over the damn place. Really looks like really looks like what my hair looks like when I put it into a top knot. And then right at the very center of the eye. Give him an eye to stare at your soul. Oh shit, I drew Sans by accident. Uh-oh. You said skeleton sexy. Oh, well, that would explain it, I suppose. I feel like it's because they've reached peak performance. You know, they got rid of all the meat that they didn't need in favor of bones. You're the only person who likes math ever in existence, Sean. Just so we're all on the same page here. Like, no one, it's just you. You realize that, right? Shut up, Scorpion. No, you don't. Obama, more like Joe Obama. You ever think about that? What's up, Obama? Can't draw that line right. Math is what's with all these fucking losers in my chat talking about how math is cool. Math sucks. It's not fun at all. Let's all just become video editors. It's much cooler. Who the hell is Matt Parker? You listened to the Caretaker album? How was that? How was your existential dread? Did that treat you well? It really made me feel good about myself, let me tell you. Really made me feel like life was great. I can't deny that I do attract losers. That is accurate. My own damn fault. Bro, where does Brooks' hairline go if he doesn't have ears? You ever think about that? Played Nara? No, I have no idea what that is. Just give him afro if he doesn't have ear. He does have afro, so I'm trying to give him something else today. Battle Royale with grappling hooks and parkour. Interesting. Apex do be having parkour though. I mean, you can literally run up walls, so. And melee combat. Punching is king in that game. Here, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to use the line tool. Oh, wait, that's not how it works. There we go. I'm going to use it again. Hang on. It's a skeleton, so, you know, they got to have straight angles. There's a new map? I didn't even know. Literally probably going to get canceled for this whole using the line tool thing. I want it to look like, oh my god, I fucked up on these teeth in terms of their angles. Hang on. I have to fix this. Now that I'm seeing it. Man. Fuck art. How do people be artists? It's not possible. Don't draw anything cursed challenge? That's asking a lot. I mean, undoing have you ever watched like any other art streamer? They all fucking undo constantly. Where do you think I learned it? I learned it from watching them. If you don't like the line, do it again. That's how this works. Those are some heckin' chompers right there. Exactly. I do wacky shaky lines on my practice art. You know, you want some fucking non-undoing? This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like for me not to undo. But when I'm trying to draw like the actual line art, yeah, I'm gonna fucking undo it. Didn't mean to criticize. Yeah, now that I got an actual artist supporting my point, I'm gonna pull back on that shit. Pull back on that foreskin. I know, I'm just being defensive because I'm a bad artist. Plus, it works. I've drawn some good things. Today, I haven't done any of that, but sometimes I draw nice things. Did you see my, can't believe I misunderstood? Yeah, get over it, baby. I don't care. I was just fucking with you. Calm down. Take a look at my my sexy Frankie that I drew on the server the other day. Proud of that one. It's one of the greatest pieces of art I've ever drawn. I mean, I don't even know why I call it a sexy Frankie art. Every Frankie art is inherently sexy because it's about him. My art isn't good, but I don't feel good. But, you know, that's just how it be. I don't need to feel like my art is good. I know it isn't. That doesn't bother me. I'm trying to get better at it. That's what's important. You feel me, dog? Plus, I don't take it that seriously. So, if I were trying to like fucking change my own life by being an artist, then it might matter more to me, but I just do this for fun. I have no specific goals or ambitions with my time with art. I just want to be able to draw cute girls and big men. And by drawing Frankie, I'm achieving neither. Because I'm just drawing an incredibly skinny boy. Just let me be jealous in private. You're jealous of this? What are you jealous for? That's not terrible, to be honest. I've drawn worse things. I've drawn more cursed things. Did you mean Brooke? What do you mean? When did I say Brooke? I forgot to give him fucking jawbones. All right, well, Frankie. Brooke's got some fucking mean old jawbones right there and there. That's where his hairline should have been. Up against his jawbone. If I remember to draw it, that would change things. You said Frankie? Listen, Frankie's on my brain like 95% of the time, so I'm sure I did mean to say Brooke. Making art is so cool. It is so cool. I'd love to be good at it, but I just gotta, you know, remember where I started, because I was really struggling with faces at the beginning of the year, but now I feel like I've at least somewhat gotten faces down, and if I can get bodies, that'd be very nice. But most of the time I can't even come up with poses that I would want to draw with bodies, so. Let me check if I'm just checking obsessively. I have severe doubts. Like, it says it's going to deliver today. I'd love to believe that it's actually out for delivery, but goddamn, have you killed my trust in you, USPS? There was a video on YouTube's. There's some Twitter user, I think they're called Teleperte. They did like an animation every day for a year, and someone posted like all of them on YouTube, hopefully with their permission. But after watching all of that, that really motivated me to draw more, because like they were just so good, and I really liked their art style, and that's all it took apparently. But I don't know. Usually when I get motivated to draw, it doesn't last long, like a week, 2 maybe at most. But here I've been drawing pretty consistently for like a month and a half, so maybe it'll stick this time. That would be nice, wouldn't it? For now, I'll keep paying Microwave to draw my thumbnails, but maybe someday I can draw my own thumbnails. It might be cheaper, maybe, but they wouldn't be as good, and I make enough money to definitely afford the thumbnails. Like, Mike, wait, for the art that you did on my last thumbnail, I feel like, I mean, I sent it to Sean and he agreed with me that like I got a fucking deal. You did such a good job. I felt like I was underpaying you. It was exactly what I needed. I loved it. I looked at that thumbnail like 40 times before I uploaded it, because I loved it so much. Well, see, I thought about it. I thought about like sending you extra money, but I felt like if I did, you would just send it back as a donation on stream, and I was like, I don't want that, so I didn't. But just know, I'm already thinking of what I want to do for another thumbnail, and if you're willing to draw it, you can charge me more. I will not have my feelings hurt. I don't know what to draw right now. I just started to draw a face. I don't know whose face it is. Some fucking weirdos. Charge my ass. It's not just about time investment, it's about skill investment. People do this for $5. No, I got a fucking deal. I can't remember what I paid you. What was it, like 40 euro? I was fully ready to pay you like $200. Straight up. I was ready to go. I was gonna pull money out of my savings for this shit. I have a new 24-hour game for us. What do you got? I'm interested. Hang on. If we're talking about One Piece characters, I already kind of drew Zoro's jawline, so I'll draw some Zoro. I'll draw Zoro wearing glasses. That one. No, I won't actually. Or maybe I will. I'll draw him wearing those sunglasses that everyone thinks he looks really hot in, because he does. Charge me more. I will not be offended, not even remotely. I feel like I've gotten pretty good at drawing like jaw lines. Like I couldn't do this before. And I'm pretty happy with that. Drawing that one picture of Kamina really helped because he has a very specific jawline. I really liked how that one turned out. I was upset with how the smile turned out on that drawing, but I was really happy with it otherwise. Everyone makes a prompt, then someone else has to draw the prompt, then someone else gets the drawing and has to guess what the prompt was, and it repeats until everyone has participated in each original prompt. I don't think that would last 24 hours. Oh, I get what you're saying. For some reason, I thought you were meant like a game that could last 24 hours, and I was like, I think we'd get tired of that real quick, but no, it's just a thing to do. I'd be down to that for that. I want to give Zoro the lover boy lips that he deserves. Hang on, I actually have to redo this base smile if that's what I want. Or not smile, kind of a passive look. I want to draw like super luscious lips the way that Araki and Miura do. I didn't think like drawing super luscious lips on characters was very epic until I got into JoJo and then Berserk. Berserk is just so fucking good. I can't put it down. So like when I started reading Berserk, or sorry, when I read manga, I read manga on my breaks at work. So I try not to read it at home because the more that I read, the less breaks I can cover, and then I have to come up with something new to read before long, right? So I generally try not to like read it outside of like those break times at work. But with Berserk, I can't fucking help myself. I'll read it for like hours at a time at home because it's just so good. I can't stop reading it. I can't help it. I've been reading it like crazy. There's 40 volumes. I'm on volume 35. You should make an art Twitter or Discord channel. No, I'll just keep posting it occasionally on Discord. I posted a few on Discord, like the few that I'm proud of. This is my sexy Frankie that I drew the other day. I made sure his panties were pulled up tight. When I really like how that one turned out. This one up here I drew on stream the other day. I really liked it. I was pretty happy with how it turned out until I realized that I drew this hand facing the wrong way. So Frankie has 2 left hands. Not super pleased with how that turned out. Really happy with it otherwise. This Kamina I drew was pretty decent. Not a fan of how his smile turned out, but I liked the rest of it. And then I already showed you the Frankies, and I think that's the last one. Before that, it was some fucking other garbage. There's more art that I'm not willing to post than there is art that I'm willing to post, but I have too many donations. I mean, do you want to see the art that I draw? Like, most of it isn't that good. I'm not exactly happy with what I've drawn today. There's like 1 in every 30 drawings I do that I end up being pleased with. So not really worth having a Discord channel for. I mean, I've been drawing pretty frequently. I've been drawing like almost once a day. Sometimes I'll take a few days break, but I've been pretty happy with how motivated I've been able to keep. There's this really funny question corner that Oda did a long time ago. There's a really easy way to discern between whether or not you're looking at Zoro's or Sanji's eyes. And it's because when he draws Sanji's eyes, and I'm not just talking about the swirly eyebrow thing. When he draws Sanji's eyes, there's no line underneath his eyebrow. But when he draws Zoro's eyes, there is a line underneath the eyebrow. I don't know why he does that. It's a super specific little detail, but that's how you tell the difference between Zoro and Sanji. And the other way is just to look at the goofy ass eyebrows of Sanji's. But you know, in case you're ever looking at specifically like just the eyes, that's how you tell the difference between Zoro and Sanji. FYI, everybody. Don't know who needs that information. Probably only me, but I don't know. Maybe someone will find it interesting. I thought it was interesting. I don't know. Is that a human trait thing? Is that a thing that like certain humans do or don't have? I don't know about that, but apparently that's a thing. I might have drawn that. No, that eye's fine. Zoro's eyes are super simple. He just has black circles. I don't really have double eyelids. I don't know what I have. Someone tell me. I can't look at my own eyes while I think I have a double eyelid. I don't fucking know. There's a lot of shit going on in there. I got fucking bags under my eyes because I don't get any fucking sleep. That's for sure. They sell tape and glue to get a double eyelid. Why is that a thing? Is it like a sought after look? Like why? What? Who cares? White beauty standards make it desirable to look not Asian. What? Oh God. We did this? Oh no. Shit, dude. I didn't know about that. That's wild. Okay, now I'm gonna draw kind of all the way across like this. Let me see. Does this... So I'm actually getting pretty happy with how this looks. That's one of the better faces I've drawn when I've tried specifically to draw them more pretty. Because with Zoro, being that he is a total heartthrob, you have to draw him pretty. If you don't, you're doing it wrong. He's got that doesn't care but looks hot anyway look, you know? He's got that doesn't even try, but still managed to be a total heartthrob look. Zoro be out here making all the men feel inferior. He he slicks his hair back, and it's kind of difficult to draw, but I think for the most part, I have it figured out. You just gotta like, if you want it to look spiky, you draw frequent spikes. If you want it to look wavy, you draw like infrequent spikes. And if you want it to look clean, you don't draw spikes at all. I think. What if we occupy? I just realized what you were trying to say, and I didn't like that at all. Oh, I hated that. I feel like I can't draw his scar too thick or else it looks weird. But it also needs to be pretty long. That's better. That's more like it. I'm drawing these too long. What does the hair on the back of his neck look like? Oh, it just kind of like makes its way inward, huh? Weirdo shit. I don't understand like straight hair. Straight hair is harder for me to draw than curly hair because I got that curly hair though. You feel me? That is an accurate way to draw Zoro. You are right, Scorpion. I'm not gonna say you're wrong. A Zoro Chia pet? Oh, that would be fucking great. Zoro needs his reading glasses so he can read the map wrong. Why am I trying so hard to get this circle perfect? This is the sketch version. I don't need to fucking do it in one go. I always try to do that. I don't know why. I waste so much effort trying to get like it perfect the first time, and it's a waste of time. I'm a waste of time. Zoro looks good with glasses in general. Like, that should have just been part of his character design. Honestly, like, fuck, dude. His face is perfect for a nice pair of glasses. But Zoro ain't the kind of guy who care about fashion. The only reason he gets good outfits is because that's what they do during the movies. Oh my god, there's this one scene in Film Z where Luffy wears a dress for a hot sec, and it's some good shit. Like everybody was standing Luffy in his dress. Look at this boy. Doesn't he look good in that shit? He's got a little flower on his head. Looks adorable. I'm wasting my time here? How so? You're not wasting your time. You're watching a Captain Max stream. Who would win in a fight, Zoro or Guts? I mean, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. Guts has Zoro's technique down. I don't know if I can pull up this image, but... Oh yeah, here we go. Like Guts knows Zoro's technique. Look, he's got the sword in the mouth. He knows how to do the thing. So who knows, really? Who knows? And his sword is like 10 times the size of Zoro's, so who knows? Maybe he was too powerful glasses, so it was like he's already... Yeah, they took away his glasses because it increased his power level too much. I can see that being valid. Guts is a fucking beast of a man. Like when Berserk first started, he used to draw him as kind of a bit of a twink. But like the later into the series it got, like Guts just got to be buff as fuck. It's insane. Like look how fucking built this man is. He's a giant. His muscles have muscles. Jesus Christ. Guts can't use 3. If you gave him 3 Dragon Slayers, do you think he could do it though? I bet he'd figure it out. He'd do the training to make it work. Is there a reason why Griffith is built like a twink? It's not really a reason like lore wise, but Griffith is a foil for Guts. They're opposites in nearly every regard. So that's basically all it is. Like Griffith kind of relies on the strength of others to get his work done, and his fighting style is very different from Guts. Guts relies on strength to win. Griffith doesn't. Griffith kind of uses his enemy's strength against him, so he doesn't really need to be strong. Is there a tool to just draw circles? I don't want to fuck around trying to draw this circle perfectly. Can't get this circle the way I want it. Y'all know that video of that dude walking up to the front of the classroom just like drawing a perfect circle and everyone like loses their mind? That's what I want to be able to do. That's so much to ask. Good enough. It's not good enough. I don't like it, but it's good enough. It's always on the left side. I always like... I have so much trouble like drawing from right to left. Why am I obsessing so much over this one fucking thing? This is a drawing that isn't that great, that I'm never going to look at again after today. I literally have guidelines and I can't do it. If I try drawing it upside down, it doesn't work either, though. I just can't do it. I can't draw a circle. Where's the circle tool? There's got to be a circle tool. Where's circle? Why no circle tool? Fuck it. That's as hard as I'm willing to try. I'm gonna connect this here and then use that little... No! That's not what I wanted! Alright, there. Cross it over like so. And use our vector eraser. Take care of it, and it looks fucking terrible. But fuck it, I'm not trying any harder than that. I'm lazy. That's why I'll never be a true artist. But there is a circle tool. I can't find it. Bye, Scorpion. Have a good day. I don't know where any of the circles. I don't know where any of the tools are. I don't know what any of them do. I've been extraordinarily unwilling to be adventurous with this software because I'm lazy. I'm so damn lazy. Second under the bracket. This? Oh. Ellipse balloon. That's what I need. Well, it's too late now. I already drew it, and I'm not trying any more than that. It looks like poopy, and I'm going to let it stay that way. Oh, God. Drawing like a single clean line is so difficult. Nope, I don't like that. Nope. Fuck it, dude. I'll use this vector eraser. Now I can't get his jaw right. I can't. I hate everything. Art is pain. There. Am I sounding like a true artist yet? Has my love of art been made clear? Good enough. Why do I even try to make clean lines? I'm not, doesn't matter. Complain about how annoying line art is. I'm doing it, guys. I'm making it. How would those lips be looking? Pretty good. I don't love them, but they're good enough. I've tried doing some drawings where I add some lines on the lips, and I kind of like how they look, so. I don't like how these look in particular, though, so fuck it, never mind, I'm not doing that. I feel like I don't. Try to give this line a bit of a curve, but it looks better if there's no curve. Yeah, I like that better. Kind of looks like garbage anyway, but that's how art be, am I right? Someone play the Seinfeld theme songs. That's how art be, am I right? What the fuck is the Seinfeld theme song again? That's how art be. That's how mafia works. I just erased the stray lines from my sketches. Nice. I think they have a script in Seinfeld, but they leave it largely up to improv, a lot like how I do my own videos. Like, there is a script to my videos. It's just extraordinarily short. More like a bullet-pointed checklist than an actual script. Oh, the theme song. Oh, I see. I see. Art is masochism. Art is pain. Art is hating yourself every day. At least that's been my experience. I don't know about anybody else. I don't think, like, with the way that my mindset is, I'm built to be an art man. I just really want to be. But not so much that I try terribly hard, so that's how you end up with this person who complains a lot and bashes themselves constantly. Paint over your lines in your color. Excuse me, I'm gross. I need to do this sketchy bullshit first, because I'm not good at doing it without them. I've tried because I don't like doing the pre-planning, but it hasn't worked so far. When I do pre-plan things, it always ends up looking better. Found a way to get trolls to block you first. You want to know? Sure, why not? See, my way of dealing with hate on the internet is to turn it against them and just be really nice. It's surprisingly effective. Like, if you're just, like, super weirdly nice to people who are super mean to you, a lot of them turn around. Mean people end up in my chat when no one else is watching. They try to bully me. I manage to turn it around on them a lot. Which I think is pretty pog. Ignore their jabs and be sweet. That's basically what I do. I mean, not really. I'll address it, but just lean into the joke. Or I'll turn what they're saying into a joke, even if it was clearly not meant as that. They just call you pathetic instead. Esports are toxic because the most popular esports are MOBAs, and MOBAs are inherently like that because they're not fun to play. Why is my brush so big? Fuck it! Line tool. Why do I randomly stop being able to use the hand tool? I don't know what's up with that. I can't use the hand tool. Why can't I use the hand tool? There we go. Don't know why. Here are some tips to cope with aggression, and they blocked me. Nice. I like it. I've just learned to ignore it. There's so many comments on my Godzilla video that I could respond to. Specifically, like, you know, I made it pretty clear that I don't personally, like, support the usage of nuclear bombs in World War II in that video. So of course the ultra Americans came out and were like, excuse me, I don't call it that was clearly to keep us out of a war. Sorry you couldn't see it that way. And it's like, no, nope. That's it was a terrible thing to do. You should never bring innocence into the picture. But I know that if I respond to it, it's just going to get worse. And like a lot of the comments that were left, and I'm going to address this briefly in my Berserk video. There are so I don't know how to describe this. So I mentioned in the video that I don't think you can empathize with Shin Godzilla, and a lot of people took issue with that. And you know what the thing that they said was really interesting. So a lot of them they responded to that by mentioning that if you listen to the theme song that plays when Shin Godzilla destroys Tokyo, if you listen to the lyrics of it, the lyrics are from Godzilla's perspective. So you can empathize with him if you listen to the lyrics of that song. Now, I understand where they're coming from. I disagree with it because you basically have to look up those lyrics to understand them. They're nearly impossible to understand in their default state, right? So that's not a factual difference. That is a difference of interpretation. And I know because the lyrics are so difficult to understand that they are not forming that opinion themselves. They saw a different video on Shin Godzilla, a more popular video than mine, and based their opinion on what the person in that video said, right? So they're forming they are denouncing my interpretation as incorrect based on someone else's opinionated interpretation. And it is so hard for me not to respond to any of those. Because it's like, if you can't form your own opinion, then like maybe don't bash mine. Especially on something like that's not a factual difference, you know? That is an interpretation difference. I don't believe that is an effective way of conveying emotion in a movie like that. I think that you're not meant to empathize with Shin Godzilla, even if that song is from his perspective. But I can't respond to it. I can't. Exactly. Like, you can't have an interpretation be incorrect. I fully am like, yeah, if that's your interpretation of it, you're correct to think that. But so many of these comments are like people being like, your interpretation of a piece of art is inherently incorrect because it disagrees with this notion that I stole from somebody else. And that is, to me, the most telling part. Like, if it was their own interpretation that they formed by themselves, they would probably have the same opinion as me. But you can tell, because of the sheer number of comments that mention that one thing, you can tell that they're all yoinking someone else's interpretation. And that's why, like, it's so obvious that it's not their opinion that they're showing. And it's so stupid. Everybody's going to have different interpretations to different forms of art, and none of them are inherently wrong. You can't find a character interesting without condoning their actions. Excuse me. I am burped. I think it depends on the story and more like the author's intentions. I think a lot of authors intentionally write like a hero or a protagonist. That's what I really liked about Game of Thrones back when I was watching it. There's a lot in that show that's like, it's not really clear who's the good guy or the bad guy. They're all against each other, and you're kind of forced to make your own decision, and you might agree with all of them or agree with none of them. And I like that kind of thing. I do get what you're saying, though. There is a bit too much of like black and white, good versus evil stories, and not enough of like people just writing characters that can be ambiguous in a way. Or where you have to judge for yourself whether or not an action is valid. At least I think I get what you're saying. Maybe I'm not. Everyone's too obsessed with categorization. People aren't satisfied with the characters just being interesting. Well, I don't like this kind of advent because of the fucking cancel culture bullshit that, like, you know, if something that a character in a fictional piece of media does is wrong, you can't agree with it or like that character ever for any reason. Otherwise, you are abiding that action, right? I don't agree with that. I think that you can find a character's actions inherently wrong and still like that character. For me, reading Berserk, Guts is kind of a piece of shit throughout a good chunk of the story. Guts does a lot of wrong and bad things, but I love him. I cannot condone a lot of his actions, but I love him. I think even when consuming media, people already judge characters by whether or not they're a hero. That's true. Exactly. Like we are forcing ourselves to create less interesting characters by not allowing them to be flawed. It's like I said in my fucking Nisekoi video. Characters who don't make mistakes, who don't do wrong things, are inherently uninteresting because it's not real. That's not how people work. People aren't just perfect. That's why I didn't like Tanjiro in Demon Slayer. He never does anything wrong, ever. He's always on the right side of things. And yet somehow that manga is one of the top selling manga like ever. It's especially considering how long it's been out. Like it topped a lot of really old mangas in sales, and it features a character who is to me entirely uninteresting because he's just too perfect. But that's my interpretation of it. And if anyone else wants to say that that's incorrect, that's fine. Shit. Should I make that smaller? His earrings are so hard to draw. They're like a teardrop shape. I keep turning around on it too fast. That's incorrect. Maybe microwave, but you're right. But somehow I feel like it would be more time consuming. It wouldn't, obviously. I hate everything. I can't draw. Sometimes Oda gets lazy and just draws them as like triangles like that. Maybe I can just do that instead. There, that's good. Maybe I just need to increase how close I was to this so that I have less space to look at the flaws of it. There, boom, donezo. See, they look fine. They're like upside down baseball bats. I mean, they're round, so no matter which direction they face, they're going to look exactly the same. God damn, I gave him some luscious eyelashes. I probably should copy that on his other eye, otherwise it just looks flat. Let's make Zoro hotter, you know? Let's break people's minds by making Zoro prettier than he already is. That's how we kill people. Just make Zoro more handsome. Honestly, like the best way to think of you know, the whole good versus evil characters thing is just, you know, what kind of world would we live in if people never allowed Vegeta to be more than the bad guy, you know? Vegeta's transformation in Dragon Ball is like the only interesting thing about Dragon Ball. Otherwise, it's pretty fucking boring. Vegeta's character arc is the true story as far as I'm concerned. I think one of my favorite things about Zoro in One Piece is that, like, if he puts on clothes, his muscles just magically shrink down. Like in his Dressrosa outfit, he wears like a suit and he's just got these like tiny little limbs. But then like in Wano, he's wearing like proper samurai attire where his chest muscles are bulging out constantly. Zoro's got a devil fruit. It's the twink fruit. Whenever he puts on clothes, his muscles shrink to twink size. It was kind of like that, I guess. I don't know. That's more excusable because the clothes is really puffy, I feel like. Did I forget to draw any details, or are we done? It's not terrible. I don't like it in general, but it's not terrible. I've done worse. That's always my excuse. I've done worse. I'm right. I'm not wrong. I'm right, but... His suit must have been straight elastic to not tear when he lifts his arm. That's true. Guts do be kind of thick, though. Remember that time Guts was like a mad sexist until he realized women bleed out of their vaginas sometimes, and all of a sudden he understood women's troubles? We need more character arcs like that. Alright, I'm gonna go peek. I'll look at this weirdly drawn Zoro. Ugh. Yeah, Guts didn't know what to do about that period business. Oh, I forgot to take care of this line. There. Fixed. I don't hate this. This is like the highest compliment my kind of art can get. Is like, I don't hate this. The only exception is that drawing of Frankie, which I'm actively like, yep, that was pretty good. I liked that one. What'd you send me, Sean? Jeremiah, life is pain I hate. Good. Frankie's easy to draw because his proportions are all fucked up. You know, his arms are fucked up. He has a weird chin. His hair isn't normal. It's really easy to draw him because he doesn't look like a regular person. Not that one. The one where he has the hot panties. Not even paying attention to the drawings I show you. Oh, I get it. I was talking about his weird proportions, and you made fun. You made a joke about my two left-handed Frank. I get it now. Don't worry, I figured it out. Good one. Kind of like how this nose turned out. It looks more like Robin's nose. Robin always has the pointed nose. Robin do be pretty, though. Zoro doesn't have that so much, but I decided to give him... I mean, it's not really pointed, it's just angular. His lashes are so luscious. Robin is really pretty. I'd like to be able to draw Robin really well, but drawing women in general is much harder than men, I feel like. I really like Zoro. I like drawing like luscious lips and crazy long lashes. I like to make my men look pretty and my women look prettier. I looked up Robin and it just picked up picked up pictures of birds. So I don't know what I was expecting. I want to be able to draw Robin with a really nice smile because her smile could save the world. I need to find decent reference and not all this fan art with her with just massive tits. I don't need to see any of that. God damn. Lately, OBS has been like permanently on top. I don't have that problem. Maybe if you weren't such a bottom green. You think about that? Robin has really pretty eyes. I should practice her eyes before I draw her. They're extraordinarily angular. Which is unusual for One Piece characters. Oda definitely prefers rounder eyes. What are you even using OBS for? Okay. And then her nose. I dislike that Oda's drawn her nose less angular over time. I was kind of a beating a dead horse because everybody complains about how his art style's changed, but Robin used to have a really unique look, and over time she's kind of been homogenized with the rest of the women. There's a new character. I mean, she is new. She's not in the anime yet. But I'm gonna talk about her anyway. I love her. She has like a pretty normal One Piece women's design, but Oda gives her like crazy fucking eyebrows. Her name is Yamato. Hang on, let me just draw her real quick. So like she has like normal like rounded eyes. A lot of eyelashes, but then her eyebrow is just like they're like this. Like she just has like crazy hard eyebrows, and I'm into it. You know, women with big eyebrows. Give me more of that shit. Her eyebrows could stare down God and win. For my birthday, I ordered a custom cake for 30 euro. I was looking forward to eating the last piece, just found out my brother ate the last entire quarter? What the fuck? Literally murder him. A person who steals cake can have no fucking repentance. There's no coming back from that. It's not fair. That was your cake. All right, I'm going to do something really risky here. I'm going to try to draw Robin from front facing. I drew her, like, skull too big. There. And I know Microwave's just going to say, just mirror it. But I don't want to do that. I'm trying to think of what expression I want to give her. Maybe I want her to give her, like, those crazy anime eyes, you know, when like, a character's about to lose their shit. I want to make her look like she's fucking going crazy. I don't know why, but... Push him down the stairs. Yeah, break his legs. Break his legs. Break his legs. That's how we do it. All right, so how do I approach her eyes? I keep spinning all over my screen because I'm talking while I work in a way that makes them look insane. So this is kind of normal shape. So I want them to be like hyper rounded. No, flat across the top, but then like hyper rounded along the bottom probably. That doesn't look right. Maybe I need to give them roundness all the way. Yeah, that's more like it. Okay, I think I know what I want now. Check DM for eyebrow girl. Jesus Christ. All right, that's really not what I was looking for. It's fuck, what is her name? I know her name. Some dumb kill bitch. Heel click lady. That's who that is. The woman who do be doing the heel clicks though. I can't think of her name. Satsuki Kiryuin. That's her fucking name. Duh. You know what? The more I think about this, like I'd have to fuck around with perspective to get this to look the way that I want, and I'm not ready for that. So I'm just not gonna do what I was planning to do. Fuck. Trigger makes good shit, dude. I watched Brand New Animal recently. It's like Beastars if it wasn't overtly pandering to furries. Let's give her that world peace causing smile. Well, just fucking watch it. It's on Netflix. What do you mean you really want to watch it? Just fucking watch it, you loser. Where's the one of her on Wano? There's a specific smile I'm looking for here. It's the one, not Wano, Zoe. Should I just go find the chapter? It wouldn't take me long. I know the events of One Piece so fucking well. It would not take me particularly long to find the particular still that I'm looking for here. God, I'm obsessed with One Piece. I can't watch Beastars. I can't even watch Batman because Batman looks like a bunny to me. Why? Okay. What about it? Is it just the anthropomorphic characters reminding you of furries, or? Because that set me off for Beastars, but like, Brand New Animal did not do that. Okay, so this is after the scene that I'm looking for. This could be the chapter. It's either this one or the one after, I want to say. Or the one before. It's the one before. $1,011 chapters. It took me that long to find exactly what I was looking for. God damn it. Read too much One Piece. I just can't take animal-looking characters seriously. Interesting. Let me think here. Let's work on that smile first. Shit, I fucked up. Hang on, let's... If I give the men luscious lips, I have to give the women luscious lips too. It's only fair. Oda simp? A little bit? I love that man. One Piece is too fucking good. It has captured my heart since I was 15 years old. I'm almost 23 now. I've never been obsessed to anything else with anything else as much or as long as I've been obsessed with One Piece. I've been obsessed with One Piece almost as long as I've been obsessed with video editing, okay? Like, that's pretty indicative. It's gotta be like thin, but like widen out a little bit, her nose. Again, I don't know why I'm trying so hard to do the lines perfectly. This is the rough sketch, but... Robin also has the double eyebrows, from what I can tell. Not eyebrows, eyelashes. One Piece is just, it's good, you know, it's good. And no one wants to give it a chance because there's so much bullshit online that isn't true about it. But it's so fucking good. And it's not that long, you know? It's really not. JoJo's almost as long as One Piece. Berserk is about half as long as One Piece. Is it long? Yeah. Is it unusually long? Only slightly. It's just the anime that's long because it's poorly adapted. Someday I'm going to make a video. Someday I'm going to make a video talking about how One Piece is the best thing ever made. And when that day comes, I'm probably going to lose a lot of subscribers. Because people just don't want to give One Piece a chance. But god damn it, they need to. I don't like these anymore. I was going to draw like, you know, the creases of her eyes, but I just don't like how that looks. I could turn more people into One Piece. See, if I ever do a One Piece video, the key, the ultimate key, is that I cannot compare One Piece to anything else, positively or negatively. I can never discuss One Piece compared to every other anime ever made, ever. That will immediately trigger anybody who's a fan of that thing. I have to take it like from a plain perspective where like there's no bias other than the fact that I love One Piece. There's no bias against or for anything else. I think definitely the day that One Piece ends, I'm probably going to turn on my camera and just start talking about One Piece and talk as long as I want. And then I'll upload that and it's going to be like a 6-hour video of me crying half the time. But I want that video to be out there to capture my emotions at the end of that most important thing to me. You feel me? Special episode of Break Room Nachos where I kick Mike off of the episode and I don't tell him I'm recording an episode so I can gush about One Piece for 6 hours straight. I'm sure Mike would be okay with that. What the fuck? I had the perfect reference up for her pre-time skip hair, and it's just gone now. I'd fine be that way, dumb bitch. Use a different fucking photo if you goddamn want me to. Okay, so you have to imagine, like, her hair is extraordinarily flat. Like, she has flat bangs. But that's so hard to draw. I'm so much more used to drawing hair that, like, ain't be like that. Doesn't she look happy? She just has a great fucking smile. Every time there's like a panel drawn in a chapter of One Piece with Robin smiling, everybody posts it and talks about how much Robin's smile is great. Robin has a smile that could save the world. I'll say it. I've said it before. I'll say it again. She's just got a good smile. It's not terrible. It's not a terrible rough drawing. Maybe it'll turn out okay. That looks better. I don't like having it connect at the bottoms. I don't know why it looks weird. I'm on the eraser still. That's why it's not drawing. That would explain it. You know what? I'm just going to use the line tool for her nose because it's extraordinarily angular and it's going to look better than me doing it by hand. So, you feel me? Boom. Cheated, bitches. Oh, you know what? I kind of did these teeth wrong. For the angle that I'm drawing this at, it wouldn't make sense for them to curve down. I won't have them curve up either, because that would look weird, but curving not at all probably looks best. I don't fucking know. I'm talking out my ass. I don't know what I'm doing. Ultimately, that's the lesson to be learned. Do you like making phone calls? I fucking hate making phone calls. I avoid making phone calls at all costs in every situation. Even to people that I know, I cannot stand making phone calls. It gives me so much anxiety for some reason. I can't stand it. One time at work, I had an issue with a purchase order or an invoice, and I needed to check with the receivers to see if something was all right. And I started to like type out an email to them, and my team leader was like, he was like, why are you emailing them? Just call them. I looked at him and I was like, I don't like talking on the phone, and so he emailed them for me, but he made fun of me for that because I was so unwilling to just give them a quick call. I can't. This vector eraser isn't getting rid of that. I'm just going to accept it. Since emails are more efficient, but I can make them if necessary. You think emails are more efficient? I mean, like, especially like when it comes to my store, like if I can call people in the store directly, but I'll still email them anyway, just because I don't want to like call them on the phone. And I don't know where it comes from. I don't know why it makes me so anxious. There's just something about it. I feel like, I mean, this is just a general thing, but like, especially if I have a specific message I'm trying to send, I find it more difficult to do so speaking than writing. Like, I feel like I'm very well written. I know that about myself. I can very easily get my point across in writing. But when it comes to speaking, and like, it's pretty obvious because you guys have watched me live stream. Like, I fuck up words all the time. I say the wrong things. I stutter like crazy. Like, if I'm trying to make a point speaking wise, there's so many ways I can fuck it up. And yet with email, I can go over it 1,000 times and make sure that my words are exactly what I want them to be. My point is being made and getting across, and I don't have as many issues writing an email. I have to write down what I want to say. See, I that might be the solution that I'm looking for. Like, I can't, especially when it comes to like calling people that I don't know. Like, calling people that I know is one thing. I don't like it, but I can get over it. Calling people I don't know, like there's so many like for example, one of the reasons I haven't gotten new glasses in years, literally years, is because I don't want to call and set up an appointment to get my eyes checked because I know I need a new prescription. And that has delayed my getting of new glasses for years. It's that bad. It's pretty pathetic. It's pretty fucking lame. You should probably just get over it, pussy. I'm talking to myself. Emailing people is so much better. Everyone should just text each other all the time. I thought you just like broken glasses. No, I need new glasses. My television is about 10 feet away from my couch. And from that distance, subtitles on anime that I watch are blurry and difficult to read. My life would be so much better and easier if I had proper glasses that aren't fucking broken, first of all, where the lens pops out constantly, and also where the right prescription. My prescription is so outdated. Do you want me to schedule a pre-glasses appointment next week or a new glasses appointment next weekend? Not next weekend. I don't. I also just hate going to appointments. That's also part of it. I'm getting my vaccine shot on Thursday. That is more than enough scheduling to last me like a month. Like, I gotta take some time before I'm willing to set up any other appointments. I'm just not good. I'm not good at people. I'm extraordinarily anxious, and I let things go to my head, and I let it eat away at me until I just don't do things, and that's not healthy. It's so weird to think that I'm a live streamer, you know? Like, how do I throw myself at the mercy of the internet every fucking day, every week, constantly? How do I put my soul out there for random people to judge? Yet I can't place a fucking appointment to get my shitty glasses fixed. Who knows? You can make your assistant make calls for you and stuff. So what, would like the appointment place get a phone call from a robot? That would get hung up on so fucking fast. More places just need to let you like do online appointment making. Like the people that I go to for my oil change, I go to specifically because I'm capable. I'm allowed, or they allow you to make appointments online instead of having to call them. If I had to talk to someone about getting my oil changed, my car would have blown up by now. How hard can it be to make an online appointment maker? Just route it, set it up so it automatically communicates with the system's calendar, and if the slot's full, don't offer it. Boom, easy. Computer scientist not necessary. I'd say that, but I wouldn't know how to do that. I don't know why I started so zoomed in for this long lock of hair. My office forces us to call if we get sick. We can't just email about it, and I call that bullshit. I have to call if I get sick. And, like, I haven't needed to call because I'm sick specifically yet. Like, I had to call twice for injury and once because my car was in the shop and I couldn't get to work. And both times, like, anytime I need to call in for work, I just constantly feel like I'm lying, even if I'm not. And, like, I won't lie. I've lied about being sick just because I didn't want to go work every now and then. But I get just as nervous and feel like I'm lying, even when I'm being completely honest and I'm like, I am genuinely dying. I still like will spend hours that day thinking about how everyone thinks I'm faking and they're gonna fire me because I lied about being sick. And I come in the next day and no one even mentions it. They all just ask if I'm okay. Don't know what's up with that. Social attitude issue. I took a class where we had a semester-long project to do that and work on software design. Like 1.5 groups had working software and none of it was fully featured. Rest in peace. Maybe you guys should just fucking get better then. You ever think about that? Definitely there is a bit of a stigma about like people calling in sick, but like the reality is I have literally nothing to worry about because I work with people who call in once a week. Meanwhile, I've called off 3 times in a full year and a half of working there. You know, like if I called off, nobody would ever question it because they would just assume that I'm actually sick because like I never call off. They would have no reason not to believe me. But somehow, I convince myself that I'm lying to them and they're going to know it. Even if I did lie about it just to get an extra day off, no one would really question it because I never call off, you know? There would be no reason not to believe me, and yet somehow I'm just sitting there like they're gonna think I'm lying. They're gonna hate me. They're gonna tell their bosses. They're gonna tell people I asked for promotions from not to hire me because I called off one time. They're gonna fucking know. I work with plenty of people who call off just because they don't want to be there. I don't do that, and yet somehow I convinced myself that everyone will think I did. Big shocker, guys. Mac is not the best best person for handling anxiety. He actually does a very poor job of it. And the really funny thing is how I do absolutely nothing to remedy it. No work, no pay isn't true, though. I have paid time off. That's not how it works. Unless you're referring to the people who call off super frequently, and that's definitely not how it is either. Today we had a call off that screwed over myself and my ATL. We only had one person to watch the counter for the day because we had someone quit earlier last week. So, you know, that one person calling off meant that Megan, my ATL, couldn't do her normal Monday office work, and she had to defer a lot of it to me, who is also extraordinarily busy on Mondays because that's when I do most of my ordering. So it screwed over both of us. Salary's fucked. I would not want to work on salary. Salary is like, hey, you don't have any rights in terms of how long you can work. We'll tell you you do, but you don't. I feel like there should be more options for like how people want to handle working. You know, like for me, if you gave me the option of like continuing to work 40 hours a week, you know, 5 to 8 hours, 5 days a week, or I could work 3 days a week for 12 hours, I would do that thing, you know? I want to have that option. I don't want to be told that your only option is to spend most of your week working. Give me some options, you bitch. Or even 4 days, 10 hours each. You know, I'd do that in a heartbeat over what I do now. Would it really work with my job in particular because I have to place orders every day? Probably not. Would I try to figure it out anyway? Yeah, I would. I just don't like working 5 days a week. It's so many days. I would rather work more hours, less days than less hours, more days. I'd rather have more full days off. Like maybe 12 hours for 3 days a week is asking a bit much, but like 4 hours for 4 days a week for 10 hours, that's not that bad. Did I say 3 hours for 12 days a week? 3 days for 12 hours each. Maybe that's asking a bit much, but 4 days a week for 10 hours, that's not that bad. It's not that different from what I do already, you know? I just hate working. I'm a little liberal cuckboy, and I want my bills paid for me, and I'm ruining this country. I'm trying to take their guns and their jobs. You know what I mean? How dare I wish for something more than working my entire life? What an absurd concept. That's not terrible. See, if I add like the eyelids, it just makes her look tired. What if I add just like little things here? No, it still just makes her look tired. She looks better without it. She looks so happy. I just want money to buy HoloLive music and merch. I want time, you know? Money to buy things is great. I want more time, though. I don't like that so much of my life is eaten up by work. And like, even if the amount of time is the same, if I feel like I have more time, that would make me happier. You know, I feel like by working, I eat up more than half of my day, even though in a technical sense, it is only half of my day, you know, 16 hours awake, 8 hours at work. I would prefer to work a larger chunk of my day, but less days, because I would feel like I would have more of a life outside of work. See, I can't afford to live as a part-timer because I live in America and I don't have a degree, so that's not an option for me. I gotta go pee. I'll be right back. I feel like I'm just gonna pee every time I finish a drawing. That's how this works. I'll just make my office hours incredibly dependent on me, so they have to fulfill all my wishes. I wish I could make my own hours. That'd be fucking great. That 8-hour model doesn't factor in scheduling, commute time, exhaustion. It doesn't even, it's not even that. Like where I work and where a lot of places in America do it, like, you know, you aren't paid for your lunchtime, which is fine. That's fair. I'm not working. But then they still factor that into how long they can schedule me. So I'm at work for 8.5 hours a day. Like I lose that extra half an hour. So, you know, between like travel time and like getting ready, that's a total of like 9 to 9.5 hours of my day spent on work alone. So ultimately, I'm left with like 6 hours of free time per day. So much of my day is eaten up by work. I understand like the logic behind the 8-hour model. And like I understand when people are like, well, you got to work for a living, and that's all valid. But I just Is it really like, is it really that it doesn't really make sense that like humans have so little time on the earth and yet like it's deemed as wrong to not spend the majority of it just trying to survive? Why aren't humans more willing to make it so that other humans or they themselves can have a life outside of their jobs? You know, sure, if you work a job you love, it feels like you never work a day. But the reality is most people don't get that because it's incredibly difficult. Could we have a society where we aren't worried about survival? I don't know how that would work because I think people would start dying. I wasn't originally going to continue with this whole drawing One Piece characters thing, but somehow I've just drawn only One Piece characters today. Oh god, my back hurts. Being hunched over like a little gremlin, talking about my liberal cuck society, complaining about the fact that I have to work. It's killer on my back. Probably gonna have to call in tomorrow. This is too hard on me. That's the exact problem. The rules are made by the people who benefit from them. Jeff Bezos doesn't have to work 40 hours a week, but his workers do, so they can make him his money for him. I don't know what I'm drawing right now. I'm giving Sanji his eyes. I really like spiral eyeballs. There's a character in Chainsaw Man. Her name is Makima, and everybody simps for her, but her pupils have like a target shape, like lots of little rings, and I really like the look of that. I like to unsubscribe from society, only be subscribed to Max streams. Just participate. That's there is always that side of me that's like, I would like to like work less hours, you know, take, you know, live in a less comfortable apartment, you know, spend less money, but I also need money to support, like, I also need like a lot of money to support the crazy shit that I do. Like, video production shit is so expensive. That webcam costs $500. My light costs $200. My tripod costs $150. My camera is $1,000. My microphone, this microphone costs $250. My shotgun microphone costs about $170. The shotgun stand cost about $200. Like, video shit is too expensive for me not to have exposable income. It sucks. Adobe's software alone is $50 a month. Like, for the shit customer care they provide, it's not worth that much. I have spent thousands and thousands of dollars on video production garbage, and my videos aren't even that good. I won't look down on myself that way. My videos are okay. They're a solid 3 out of 10. I work with a guy who's worked for the company I work for so long. He's gotten like so many raises over the years that he makes like $6 more than me just because he's worked there for so long. So he only works like 3 days a week and he makes practically as much as me. Well, no, that's an overstatement, but he makes enough to survive off of working 3 days a week. And I'd like to make it to that point, but that's going to require like 16 years of working there. Shantae and the Pirate's Curse is pretty good. I played that one way back in the day on the channel. That series is so fucking cringe because I was doing voices and I was terrible voice actor at the time. Wouldn't say I've gotten much better, but I've just learned how not to be so fucking annoying. I can't sneeze. I need to sneeze, but I can't sneeze. Ugh. How much is, you know, money worth if you don't actually get to enjoy it? You know what I mean? Like, is having extra money even worth it if you don't have the time to enjoy it? The answer is no. I can't move this easily. Is there like a lasso? That's what I want. Perfect. Well, now that I know that exists, I'll probably use that a little more heavily. If I just gave Frankie like mad lover boy eyes. But he still has blocky eyelashes. Frankie doesn't have eyebrows, FYI, in case anyone has ever questioned. Frankie has real strong Neanderthal brow. What if Robin draws out eyebrows on everyone without eyebrows? Well, then she would do it to her husband most of all, wouldn't she? But no, Frankie just gets to walk around like an eyebrow-less freak. I love Oda's approach to making like superpowers for characters. Like when he comes up with a lot of devil fruits, they're based on like things that he himself thinks would be convenient to have. Like, he came up with Luffy's power of being made of rubber because he was sitting on the couch and wanted to reach a remote, and so he wished his arm could stretch. And Robin's ability to make hands grow everywhere, that came from him wanting to draw manga more quickly. I love that shit. I love that like that's how he comes up with powers. They aren't married, but it's they're the most potentially real ship in the entire fucking series because Oda himself basically ships them. But there's no actual romance in One Piece. He's done that very intentionally. It really is. Like he just comes up with powers based on like himself being lazy and wanting like powers of convenience. And that's what I love. I talked about it with Scorpion, like a lot of the powers in One Piece aren't like powers that are exclusively good for like combat situations. Like they all have uses outside of combat. Like Robin uses her powers just to grab shit constantly, and I love that. I think it's hilarious. Like if I were to have a superpower, I would want it to be like something that would deal with tools of convenience. Frankie with normal looking eyes is very strange. I don't know how I feel about that. He looks better with his... I mean, I really like just the simplicity of this kind of design. It's kind of cool. There's a lot you can do with it. You know, draw a brow there. Have that come up. And then there's a character like Perona whose eyes are super fucking round. Wait, no. Do her eyebrows come on the side or... No, I think she has eyebrows like Frankie, but her brow never gets in the way. Her eyes always are just like super circular, and Frankie has small pupils, but Perona has these massive fucking pupils that just cover most of her eye. Oda just makes good character designs. They're all so unique. You'd think after so many fucking characters he'd be running out of ideas, but no, he keeps popping out golds. Oh my god, time flies when I'm doing these drawing live streams. I can't believe it's in 2.5 hours already. All right, I should probably try to draw at least one body today. Gotta practice the things that I'm bad at. But what kind of pose do I want? Jujutsu Kaisen designs are extraordinarily... I mean, not necessarily boring, but they can be a bit homogenous at times. I legitimately... It really isn't. Like the one big problem I have with Jujutsu Kaisen is like there are too many characters. Like he introduces new character, or whoever the author is, they introduce new characters left and fucking right to the point where it gets difficult to keep track of who is who. In the big arc that finished up recently, I legitimately like, because at this point like I'm reading it week by week, and like I can't keep track of what's going on week to week because there's too many characters being added, too many characters being talked about that I can't remember who is who. So I had to do like a big reread, and after I did, I was like, oh, this was actually a really well written arc. I just had no idea who the characters were throughout half of it. I've been bored. Understandable. I struggle to. I mean, like, it's not that you can't tell the difference from them. They don't stand out enough, and there's too many of them. It's difficult to carry a manga with a shit ton of characters, but that was one of my big problems with Jujutsu Kaisen is that they just introduced too many characters, and it's so hard to follow because of that. I don't know who I want to draw. I will say, like, I personally, like, as much as I love the Jujutsu Kaisen anime, I really love the art style of the manga. It's very, like, rough and sketchy with really hard angles, and there's something that I very much enjoy about it. I love the way certain characters get drawn in that style because they're just so angular, but in a very pleasing way. And it's something you can't really replicate in the anime. So they did an excellent job adapting it, but it kind of loses that side of its charm. I mean, that's a sports anime. I don't know if I'd be into it, but if you want. I do like the art style of that one. It's very similar to Black Clover, though. Like, they all have very angular eyes and whatnot. I don't know who the fuck to draw. I want to work on a body, so I can't draw Chopper because he's got a fucked body, but... What character has been big in a recent manga that I like? There's this new manga that I've been reading. It's called Blue Box. It's like a romance manga, and unlike Nisekoi, it doesn't suck. But more than anything, I fucking love the art. The characters are so fucking cute. Like, look at this bitch. You probably can't see very well because of the exposure on my camera, but like, the art style is so fucking cute. And it's really well done. Look at it. Look, this is the main character. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but like, he's got like real cute eyes. The art style is amazing. It's so well done. I love looking at it. I've been looking at it a lot for inspiration. Cause I love the way the characters are drawn. It's really good. I mean, it's good so far, at least. Romance mangas tend to peter out real quick, but so far it's pretty well done. I'm a fan of it. Ah! Wrong one. Holy crap. I didn't know I still had this background anywhere. I should probably change that, but not right now. Oh, you know what? I have an idea. Since we're doing One Piece anyway, there's a certain pose of Zoro's that I like. Or, well, not really a pose so much, but an outfit from the Zou arc. I really like the look of it. Zoro's just a handsome young man, honestly. You can't deny it. I'm having a real problem drawing clothes, so that's why I've been drawing Frankie a lot, because he's mostly naked. It's a lot easier to draw him. This is going to be a very simple pose, not terribly dynamic, but whatever. Everything's cursed. Drawing is pain. We already discussed this. Drawing casual poses it's sometimes like harder than drawing just like crazy. Like, I'm just trying to draw his legs like he's standing slightly apart, but mostly casual, and it still looks weird. Gonna have his hands in his pockets, so I don't really know how to draw that from this side, but ever for recent color spreads that Oda has been doing, the Shonen Jump team has been posting like time lapses of him working, and Jesus Christ, the man just scribbles. He scribbles like a fucking madman, and somehow it turns out beautiful. Start with the hands or feet? Really? Hang on, let me try this. I don't think this is helping me, but I already started and I already deleted the other one, so. Definitely his shoulders are not broad enough for Zoro, but it's fine. Okay, so let's let me look at this reference image. You gotta get his Harameki? I can't remember what the fucking word is. I didn't mean to move that piece there. He's wearing boots. I think this was supposed to be. Yeah, he's wearing boots. And feet are just impossible. Feet are cursed as fuck. How the fuck do you draw feet? That looks he looks like he has a fucking dinosaur foot. What the hell is that? That's garbage. I should be ashamed of myself. I am ashamed of myself. That was terrible. Fuck that, we're trying it again. Every time I draw feet, they don't look like they're touching the ground. They always look like they're fucking floating. I can't get it. I can't get feet. Feet are cursed. I'm kind of just drawing this quickly because I don't really know what I want from it. I'm hoping I'll figure it out along the way, but of course that doesn't ever work out. What is this? What are these feet? What am I drawing? This looks terrible. Use yourself for reference? Yeah, no, that's no good. That looks less bad. Doesn't look good, but maybe if I get this more of a heel, it'll look okay. But it needs to look like he's fucking touching the ground. Now touching it sideways. What is that? No feet in this stream. Honestly, like, Twitch bans people for feet, so I probably shouldn't be drawing feet at all. That'll be my excuse. So these are his pockets. So I don't have to draw his hands. That was not intentional. I just kind of decided on a pose that that happened to not use his hands. I feel like I'm getting okay at drawing arms, but not great still. I mean, Zoro tried to cut off his feet once, so I don't think he himself would even really notice if they were gone. I definitely drew him too skinny for Zoro. This is going to look terrible, but... Gotta give him a little bit of titty. This looks like garbage. Jesus Christ, what a fucking disaster. How to draw a sword? I can't stay for long, but wanted to pop by. Hang on, don't look at this garbage thing I drew. Look at something else. That's a pretty Frankie I drew. Here's a smiling Robin. And here's a Zorro with luscious lips and eyelashes. Hope you're proud of me. I think there's a free 3D sword in the CSP assets. I should try to use the 3D models again. I haven't tried to do it in a while. It really helped me get a grasp on bodies for a bit. But now I feel like I've regressed because I'm so hesitant to try it. Because I hate bodies because they're so fucking hard to draw. Do you only draw one piece? Blame it on Microwave. Microwave told me to. And no, I don't. It's not true. Jeez, I have no idea what's going on here, but it doesn't look good. This looks fucking terrible. I hate this. I'm deleting it. I'm never going to look at it again. And I hate bodies, and I'm never, ever going to do this ever again. God, that was terrible. God damn it. I can only draw Frankie's body. It's because Frankie's body's fucked up. That's why. I don't have to try. It doesn't have to look normal. Ever. God, other than his leg, like this, for the most part, turned out pretty well. This hand's kind of fucked too, but this one looks really good for me. Draw green. Hang on, I got this. Hang on, I gotta draw it from a little bit of a lower angle. There we go. Okay, so here's the neck, and here's the neck beard. No, I'm done drawing. I discouraged myself too much by drawing that fucking atrocious body. That's all the energy I've got to draw today. I can't do any more of that. That made me feel very bad about myself. All right, it is 4:42. Supposedly, my stupid fucking magic cards are supposed to be here by 5:45. They've got an hour left to deliver my shit before it's 4 days late. Ugh. Oh God, big stretchos. You can see which body, the body of the Frankie. I have been drawing so much. I've been practicing a lot. It's not even just on clip art. I've been drawing a lot on my sketchbook too because I've been practicing, and they're not terrible. I feel like I've really got faces down for the most part. You know, like they don't look super great, but I understand the structure of it a lot better. And I really couldn't do faces at all for the longest time. For years, I've been struggling with faces. And now that I've actually tried, I figured it out. So I know I can get bodies. I know it's possible, but holy shit, I can't get bodies. They're so fucking hard. Humans don't make sense. Our anatomy is fucked up. But anyway, it's a process, one step at a time. Well, I just want to be good now, and I don't want to have to try at it. Why am I not naturally talented at anything? You know, everybody has like a talent they're born with. Not me. I gotta work and try. Bird. This is because I don't want to see another horrible Geico commercial. Poggers. Thanks, Jared, for the 8-month resub. I appreciate it. Fucking, I had to work and scrape. I'm gonna go back to complaining now. I had to work and scrape to be any good at making videos. To be any good at editing, I had to work and fight and kill myself to be any good at streaming or being on microphone or on camera. Why can't I just be naturally good at anything? Is that so much to ask? I just want to be the best at something without trying. Is that so much to ask? Probably. I realized my focus is set to the wrong setting on my camera, so I have to fix that. That's the right. Is that the one I need? No, that's not the right one I need. There we go. So, listen, I'm very proud of myself for being the kind of person who can work hard to get something good at something. But damn, it would be nice to be naturally talented at literally anything in life. Wouldn't it be? Wouldn't that be great? I don't have that. I'm not naturally good. The only thing I'm naturally good at is organizing. I don't have to try at all to organize well. But that's not a very fucking useful skill. I'm glad you're naturally talented at gaming, Microwave. Anyway, that was the part of the stream where I complained because I'm a bitch. And hopefully my cards show up ever. That'd be fucking great. If it shows up today, I'll be a happy boy. A master of being in pain. I mean, I've been alive for 10,000 hours. So does that make me a master at being a human being? No, it doesn't. I fuck up all the time. Have a good day, everybody. I love you guys.